the accessible sonar of targeting islands, the right vertical thrust and the concept of reducing select tone.
The two F-100-2229 engines roared, generating 58,000 pounds. The pilot uttered the three most dreaded words in combat aviation.
Eject! Eject! Eject!
The ejection seats fired their rockets at 900.
Beneath them, the F-15E Strike Eagle, $84 million of American aeronautical technology, entered a flat spin.
Eject! Eject! Eject!
The one phrase feared in combat aviation. Eject! Eject! Eject!
Into the limestone hillside, becoming a fireball 300 meters in diameter. Two American pilots.
We're now on Iranian soil, alive for the moment, 150 kilometers away, on the bridge of the USS Gerald
R. Ford, the commanding admiral, received the emergency beacon signal. What he was about to order was not.
A simple rescue. It was the beginning of the longest night in the Strait of Hormuz. This didn't happen by accident. Iran had spent months executing a calculated strategy in the gray zone, the gray area between declared war and
peace, designed to expel the American naval presence from the Persian Gulf without crossing the threshold of open conflict.
Strategic calculus of Tehran was simple but dangerous. If the human and economic cost of maintaining the Strait of Hormuz
exceeded Washington's political will, the United States would withdraw, not out of military defeat but out of exhaustion. It was asymmetric warfare.
in its purest form, the weak bleed the strong until the strong decide it's not worth it. To execute this strategy,
the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps had deployed its main weapon, the anti-ship missile system, the Iranian version of the
cruising altitude of barely 5 meters above the water, invisible to radar until the last 40 seconds of flight. Tehran relied on a
proven principle, the saturation killbox. It didn't matter how advanced the American defense system was, if you force it to intercept some...
At 0823 hours, the sensors of the USS Boxer detected movement in the coastal caves of Qeshm Island. 40 fast attack craft.
Point fiberglass, twin 20mm cannons, unguided rockets, shot out toward the strait at 80 kilometers per hour.
Zigzagging in erratic patterns designed to confuse targeting computers.
On the radar screen, it looked like a cloud of metallic insects advancing at full speed. The commander of the USS Boxer had less than 11 minutes.
Before the first possible impact, 2 AV-8B Harriers took off in a short takeoff from the deck at 60 meters of altitude. The pilots opened fire with the GAU-12 25mm cannon, capable of firing 3,600 rounds per minute. The bows of the Iranian vessels began to disintegrate, but for every boat destroyed, 3 more filled the empty space. The hunters had just become the prey when an Iranian vessel managed to fire a 107mm rocket toward the hull of the USS Boxer.
The RIM-116 rolling airframe missile system responded in 2.5 seconds. The missile left the launcher,
It's like a perfectly thrown American football, and destroyed the rocket 180 meters from the hull.
But Iran had only shown its first card. At 0841 hours, 4 NOOR missiles left mobile launchers hidden in limestone caves.
It's along the coast, flying at 15 feet above the water at 1,080 kilometers an hour. They were practically invisible against
Vampire, inbound.
The radar of the USS Boxer detected them with barely 38 seconds of warning.
Traveling at grazing subsonic speed. This isn't defense. It's open-heart emergency surgery while the patient runs.
Of a sharp ascent, the final pop-up, forcing the defense system to recalculate its trajectory in milliseconds.
The detonation occurred 60 meters from the superstructure. The shockwave temporarily disabled the secondary communications.
But Iran's message was clear. We can touch you.
What would you do if you were the commander of the USS Boxer right now?
Would you choose to retreat or maintain position and absorb the blow? At 09:15 hours, Iran
Lawnmower engines, delta wings, Chinese electronics, taking off from scattered positions on the coast, flying at 185 kilometers per hour in open formation.
They forced the USS Gerald R to spend million-dollar missiles to destroy $20,000 targets, the arithmetic of asymmetric warfare.
In its most brutal form.
Titanium confetti at 800 meters of distance. Their fuel tanks detonated in small orange flashes that illuminated the dawn of the Gulf. In 4 minutes, 47 drones destroyed without spending a single missile. But while the force
absorbed the swarm, the Iranian Air Force executed its real play. At 09:28 hours, 2 Iranian F-14 Tomcats, their mission: break the aerial perimeter of the battle group and force the F-18s to engage in close combat, far from the cover of the fort.
190 kilometers. The operator of the EA-18G Growler saw their radars light up on his ALQ-218 screen and smiled.
Plane. It is the digital god of war, a system capable of simultaneously optimizing multiple enemy radar networks.
F-14 pilots saw targets that didn't exist. Their Phoenix missiles received ghost coordinates, flying blind in the middle.
4 A-120 AMRAAM missiles from 200 kilometers away, beyond visual range, beyond any possibility of Iranian...
Super Hornet simply looked at the Iranian plane through his JHMCS visor and fired an AIM-9X Sidewinder. The missile executed a 180-degree turn-in
the air, something physically impossible for any plane, and impacted the cockpit of the MiG at point-blank range. The Iranians showed their
cards, the American Navy showed them a royal flush. Do you think the Iranian F-14 still represents a real threat against? At 10:47 hours, Iran played its dirtiest card. Civilian vessels disguised as commercial dhows, traditional fishing boats.
Of the Gulf had been sailing slowly through the deep water channels for the last 2 hours, without active transponders.
Without radio communications, invisible in the context of normal maritime traffic. Each one carried dozens of sea mines and
2 rocket-propelled mines that rest on the seabed until detecting the acoustic signature of a warship.
Passive countermeasure. It is an ambush from the bottom of the ocean. The sonar of the USS Boxer detected the first launch.
A sharp and brief vertical acoustic spike ascending from 40 meters deep. The mine detonated 15 meters from the hull.
A tot of steam. The shockwave temporarily disabled the secondary communications array and left.
Simultaneously.
هدف قفل شد. ردیابی می‌کنیم.
With the capacity to track HAT simultaneous targets at 200 kilometers, turned on its 30 and 6E2 fire control radar.
The B-1B Lancers approaching from the north. The operator of the EA-18G Growler detected the radar emission
on his ALQ-2118 receiver. In less than a second, he transmitted the exact coordinates to the escorting FA-18F.
Even if it turns off its transmitter to hide, the Iranian operator saw the incoming missile and cut the transmission. Too late.
With the eyes of the S-300 blind, the F-35C Lightning IIs opened their internal weapons bays, because in stealth mode, nothing hangs externally, and released GBU-53/B Stormbreaker bombs. Each munition uses 3 simultaneous guidance modes:
millimeter wave radar, infrared, and GPS. The mobile Iranian missile launchers.
hidden under camouflage nets in the tree line, had no escape. 3 launchers destroyed in 90 seconds.
Iran had bet everything on saturation. They calculated that no defense system could respond to so many simultaneous
active radar signals, but it memorizes the GPS coordinates of the emitter, even if it turns off its transmitter to hide.
Iranian operator saw the incoming missile and cut the transmission. Too late. The AGM-88E impacted the radar trailer.
At 100 kilometers an hour, the Iranian godbrain was reduced to smoking scrap metal in a fraction of a second. With the eyes of the
S-300 blind, the F-35C Lightnings opened their internal weapons bays, because in stealth mode nothing hangs externally, and released GBU 533/B Stormbreaker bombs. Each munition uses 3 simultaneous guidance modes.
3 launchers destroyed in 90 seconds. The secondary explosions of the cooked-off Iranian missiles.
They had calculated that no defense system could respond to so many simultaneous threats in so many different domains.
At 11:34 hours, 2 B-1B Lancers received a package of coordinates from the E-2D Advanced Hawkeye, the Flying Brain. It's a battle group capable of tracking 2,000 simultaneous targets from 10,000 meters of altitude. The B-1Bs opened their
point internal bays. 24 AGM-158 JASSM-ER missiles fell in rapid sequence. These are not conventional
cruisers. They are strategic stealth cruisers. Flight at 20 meters above the water.
Range of 925 kilometers. Penetrating warhead of 450 kilograms, designed to pierce 6 meters of
reinforced concrete before detonating. The Iranian missiles never saw them coming. In the following 11 minutes, the
underground anti-ship-built facilities in Bandar Abbas, the fuel lead point of the Coastal Air Base CRCS of
The secondary detonations were visible from space. Asymmetric warfare was erased in less time than it takes a news broadcast to report it. On the bridge of the USS Gerald R. Ford, the Admiral observed the screens in silence. The board was set, and only one player remained. The Ford battle group closed its position in the Strait of Hormuz with iron discipline. 2 Arleigh Burke destroyers flanking. Their SPY-6 radars sweeping 360 degrees without interruption. In the depths, A.
Virginia-class submarine maintained a silent position below the thermocline, invisible, waiting. In Tehran, the commanders of the
IRGC looked at screens that showed the same message in all sectors. No signal. Their radars dead. Their launchers destroyed.
Their planes disappeared from the skies. They had activated the most ambitious saturation killbox of their military history.
Had absorbed it, responded, and erased everything in the same turn. The rescue mission recovered the F-15 pilot.
At 12:08 hours, the WSO was located 40 minutes later, alive, 3 kilometers from the point of impact.
Original. Iran did not fire a single shot during the extraction. The final balance was devastating for Tehran. The United States lost an F-15E Strike Eagle and suffered minor damage to the USS Boxer. 2 pilots
recovered, 0 fatal casualties in the battle group. The strategic lesson was unappealable. The saturation killbox only works against
an adversary that defends. Against an adversary that simultaneously defends, suppresses, and destroys in multiple domains.
Iran spent decades building an architecture of asymmetric warfare. It lost it in 97 minutes.
But here is the question that no analyst in Washington has answered publicly. If Iran activated all its known arsenal and still lost this round,
what is it developing in silence for the next one? The sensors are active. The board is ready.